Managing the financial segment of your startup gets really tricky sometimes. You need to take care of the payments, taxes, and all that. As the year concludes, gathering up all the payment options and invoices that you have made in the past year becomes very hard. FreshBooks gives you a platform where you can maintain all the expenses of your organization or company makes on a daily basis. Whether it is some maintenance expenditure or the client payment, you can do it all using by this tool. Let's dig in deep and get familiar with all of its features and options. First, we have to sign in on their website to access the dashboard, and once we do that, we are in. In the dashboard, you will see all the current stats such as outstanding revenue, total profit, revenue streams, spending, and unbilled time with amount. This segment just gives you an overview of your company's finance, all the payments and invoices that you have made till today. Apart from these stats, you will see two buttons available at the top, Invite and Create New. Using the Invite button, you can invite admins, managers, employees, contractors, or accountants working in your company so that they can also input the data and you don't have to manage everything on your own, because there is so much a person can handle on their own. Now the second button is for creating all the records that are mentioned on the left side of the screen just below the dashboard, which are as follows: client, retainer, invoice, other income, expense, estimate, and finally credit. That's just it. That's all there is on the dashboard. The next on the list we have clients. In this section you can manage all your clients, see their progress, and add, edit, or delete them. You can add a new client by clicking on the button New Client, available at two places, one at the center of the screen and one at the top of it. Once you click this button, you will be shown a new page where you have to enter all the details about the client like name, email, phone number, address. You can also add payment reminders, late fees charged, currency, and language. Once you have entered all this info and hit the Save button, you will see that a card has been created with the client's name. You click and expand this card to view detailed information about the client. There is also a relationship section inside this card, in which you can add personalized notes about the clients. These notes will not be visible to the client, only you can access this information. Coming back to the overview section, you can see 8 sections just below the invoice naming, invoices, retainer, credits, expenses, estimates, time, tracking, projects, and reports. Clicking on each of these subsections, you can create invoices for the selected client. I love how everything is displayed perfectly here in this client section. You can easily access all of these 8 different pieces of information and add new data right from here. Particularly, the report section is really useful. Here you can create 6 different types of reports and send them directly to clients via email. Now let's move on to the invoice section. Here you can manage all your invoices from all your clients. It also shows an overview of all the transactions you have made in the past, as it shows an overdue amount, total outstanding amount, and in draft. There's also a recently updated section where you can see all the recently created invoices and also create a new one. As you click on the Create button, you will be shown a form where you can enter all the necessary details about a bill and save or send this invoice client. And if you go further down, you will see 2 tabs, Invoices and Recurring Templates, where you can see all your invoices in a summarized form and also delete the recurring templates. Now, if you go at the top, you will see 2 options, Accept Online Payment and New Invoice. It is pretty much given what you can do with these 2. And if you are wondering about the online payment option, FreshBooks will charge you 2.9% of the transaction amount plus 30 cents. This amount is pretty standard if you consider online payments. Also, all your payments will be done through a secured gateway powered by Stride. If you don't have a Stride account, already you can just create one and get started with your payments. Moving on with have expenses. In this section, you can create an invoice for the expenses that are spent in the office like pizza party, maintenance work, etc. The process to create a new invoice is pretty simple and the same as we have seen above. We click on the new expense button available in the middle of the screen or at the top right corner. Once you do that, you will be asked to enter the details about your expenditure. Details like vendor name, description regarding the expense, and image of the receipt if you have one. You can also add taxes here if you have paid for some additional taxes. On the left side, you will see 4 more options, using which you can make it billable to a client. Make it recurring so that it repeats automatically after a certain date. Select the currency, and lastly, you can add if you want to associate goods with the cost of expense. Once you are done setting everything up, just hit the save button and your invoice will be saved. On the top right corner, there are 2 options, new expense and more actions. In more actions, you can either import expenses from a file or manage bank connections. Next, we have estimates. In this section, you can see all your company's estimates and proposals. The view here is pretty standard as we have discussed above. There's an option to create a new estimate and also to check the status of the already created ones. There are 2 sections available here, from me and to me. In the to me section, you will be able to see the estimates, proposals that are sent to you by your client. Next on the list we have time tracking. Here you can track the time of all your ongoing projects and also review their progress team-wise. There's also an option to generate invoices for all on the ongoing projects right from here. Further ahead, there is the project section. Here you can create new projects and also manage them. The projects can be created on 2 parameters. First is a flat rate project, using which you can create a project which has fixed price, and the second one is hourly projects, using which you can create a project which charges by the hour. These 2 options are very useful as all the projects are not the same and sometimes you need to charge clients based on the hours worked by your employees. The last option we have here is termed as My Team. In this section, you will manage all your team members and employees. You can also invite them via email. Now we do have 3 additional features at the bottom of the dashboard. The first one is reports, where you can generate all types of reports which I have mentioned above. The next one is accounting. Here you can manage and generate all forms of reports associated with the finance of your company. There is also an option to view charts of accounts, where you can see all the assets, liabilities, equities, revenues, and expenses related to your account. The final and the most interesting one is add-ons. In this portal, you can connect your FreshBooks account with more than 100 third-party integrations to enhance your account's functionality. I like this feature a lot. Reason being, it allows you to integrate tons of add-ons to enhance its functionality. For starters, you can integrate Zoom add-on and have meetings with your client and employees right from your FreshBooks account without having to switch to a different account. Or you can integrate Shopify add-on and automatically sync your client's order from the Shopify site to your FreshBooks account. Coming to the pricing section, FreshBooks has divided their pricing plans according to the clients. The more clients you want, the more you have to pay. For example, their Lite package, which is the most basic plan, starts with $4.5 per month for 5 billable clients. And the most expensive one will cost you $15 per month for 500 billable clients. And if you have more than 500 clients, you can contact their customer support for it. The thing that I liked in their pricing plan is that even the basic plan has all the features. I tried their free trial and they do include all the features in that too. So, if you are looking to blow every whistle and bell before investing in the software, you can do that by signing up for free. The main question, whether the FreshBooks is worth investing in? I think you should invest in this software because in my usage time, I found this tool to be quite useful. There is so much you can get done using this tool. You can take care of the finance, expenses, and all the payment records are in the one place. Plus, it has changed the way we do taxes. You don't have to run around the office asking all your employees or managers for all the payment records that have been done in the past year. You can simply open your FreshBooks account and it is right there. Also, the add-ons, I would like to be honest here and say I'm genuinely impressed by their add-on features as it makes the app perfect. Seriously, if you are struggling to keep the record of all the payments in your company or organization, this tool is a game changer for you. Now coming on to the bad part. There is not a lot of it, but the thing that bothered me the most is the process to add add-ons in your FreshBooks account. For the major one like Google, the process is pretty simple. You click the button, add the add-on, give permission, and that's it. You're done. But when we are talking about the majority of it, you have to go through some different portal like Zapier to authenticate your account. I remember I was adding my Zoom account into the FreshBooks and I had to go through tons of steps and add huge details about the client, myself, and my company. And if you stick through all those steps, there's a chance that it might show some error that apparently can't be solved at the moment. After struggling with it for some time, I eventually quit the process and never paired my Zoom account with FreshBooks. One more major drawback I found is that while purchasing the paid subscription of FreshBooks, it is that you can't adjust the billable client option while making a purchase. You have to buy from the plans that are already there on their site, and if you do that, you are stuck again with a very limited client limit or the extra client limit that you can't use. Overall, it is a great software. After a long time, I found a software that is genuinely good. And doesn't guys enjoyed this video? Thumbs up if you liked it and subscribe if you love it.